Hello, everyone. This is Bill Giannone, and I welcome you to the first in a 10-part series, 10 Days to a Better Company. Day one, we're going to talk about understanding your revenue. In order to understand your revenue, you can't be satisfied in just knowing how much money is coming in. That tells you a very, very small part of your story. To truly make your company better and to really be able to dig into the importance of understanding your numbers, you really need to have that number giving you real information. So let's figure out a real good way to discuss revenue. Let's take the total amount of money that you have brought in. That is your revenue. But what we want to do is we want to break that down by the projects. To me, that's a really important aspect of what we're doing here because I want to make sure that everybody understands that it's not just how much money comes in, but it's the average size of your project. So we're going to take the total amount of revenue and we're going to divide that by the total number of projects you've had for the year. The quotient, or the difference when you do that division, gives you your average project size. Now, why does the average project size matter? Well, I think it's real simple. We can talk about this. The average project size matters because it will tell you everything else that you need to know about your company. Your average project size should be able to tell you what your normal staffing levels should be. Obviously, if your average project size is $15,000 or $20,000, that could be difficult for a two-man crew to handle. But if your average project size is $4,000 or $5,000, then a two-man crew can handle those jobs depending on how frequent you get them. The project size actually tells you your equipment needs. I can look at a company that has $1 million of revenue and think they might need 100 air movers and 40 dehumidifiers. But if I notice that the vast majority of those came from 2 or 3 projects throughout the year, and they really only have enough work to justify maybe 30 or 40 air movers, and on those 3 large projects they rent equipment, that tells me something completely different. So the average project size lets me know what your normal equipment needs will be. It can also tell me and tell you as an owner what your consumables needs will be. How much do you need to keep in stock all the time? If your average project size is pretty small, then you don't need to keep a ton of garbage bags and containment and plastic in stock all the time. If you have frequent large jobs or if you have a lot of projects, then that's also important to know because then that might increase our need for our consumables inventory. The amount of warehouse and office staff and space you're going to need can also be determined very, very easily by looking at your average job size. That determines, once again, how big a company we really are compared to just looking at the dollars themselves. And finally, we're able to focus on our marketing by looking at this average project size. If we notice that we're doing a lot of business, but only on a very few projects, then it tells us we might need to concentrate on more of what I would call that day-to-day marketing. If, on the other hand, it turns out that we're doing a very, very large amount of smaller projects, then we know we've got that market pretty much cornered, and we might want to concentrate a little bit more on what I would call larger loss. Maybe we go after some marketing to agents or property managers looking for something to increase our average job size. This single number, this average job size number, will be the launch pad for your new and improved understanding of everything in your business. Thanks for joining us for day one. We're going to move on our next presentation to day two and talking about the concept of slippage. This is Bill Giannone. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you real soon. Have a great day.